So good evening, everyone. It's my great privilege to welcome everyone here tonight. We are going to be participating in a satsang, and I have the great privilege of introducing Swami Nirmalananda, Saraswathi. My name is Barbara Gayatri Hess, Gayatri being my Sanskrit name, and Barbara being my given name. And I'll be your host for tonight. So we want to welcome you first to this lovely space, Unity of Richmond. I'd like to recognize and honor Reverend Richard Bunch. If you could stand up, please. He's the minister of this church and has very graciously always allowed us to use the space. Beside him is Victoria Bunch, Reverend Victoria Bunch. She has been a minister at this church and is still a very great member, but has chosen to retire from ministerial, her practice herself. And right behind her is Peggy. And Peggy also is a minister who is retired. Do you see a pattern here, retired ministers? And she also has helped. And then if Ronnie could stand up, please. Ronnie and his friend Michael, who couldn't be here tonight, is instrumental in making this lovely stage for us. So we're always very grateful for that. And then Daphne is helping us in the back. This is being live streamed. So we have great people. We also have a group of Svarupa yogis in the area. If anyone who is a yogi, Svarupa yoga teacher, if you could stand up. These are our great teachers. We have Lisha, Tirtha, Anita, Deborah, Shivani, and Chris. There's Chris. And myself. And so we are all teachers in the area, and we always come together to work together to put on programs like this. So thank all of you for what you do also. All right. If anyone needs to use the restroom, there's restrooms in the back, and there's also some restrooms downstairs, so do that if you need. If you need anything else, please do find one of the people that just stood up or find myself, and we'd be more than happy to help you in any way we can. So one of the things that Swami does also, she'll explain a little bit later, you do have some blankets on the back of your chair. It's to help you to be able to sit with ease when you meditate. And Swami will certainly help us with that when it comes time to do our meditation. Swamiji always encourages us to tell a personal story, so I will do that. I've had a deep yearning for most of my life, and it often felt like a hole in my heart. And in my younger years, I stayed very busy. I did a lot of external things and tried to find a lot of external things to fill that yearning, and it didn't happen. And so then I became aware that I was missing something from doing all of these external things. This past year, I had the opportunity to study for 3 weeks in a meditation teacher training with Swami Nirmalananda. I know the answer to my yearning is being answered through these studies and through the ease of which I'm able to meditate. I am more myself. I have an experience of my divinity. And for that, I will be ever grateful. So thank you. So tonight we are welcoming Sadhguru Swami Nirmalananda Saraswathi. Swamiji is the spiritual head of the Svarupa Vidya Ashram, and this is located in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. She led Master Yoga Foundation for 20 years and founded the ashram after taking sannyas vows. And this had her become a Swami, which is a yoga monk. She did this in 2009. The ashram provides a full-service retreat facility for immersion programs. There's some information about those programs on our table. Her teachings are also readily available on the website, svarupa.org. These include contemplation articles, daily e-quotes, and recordings of her satsangs that are all free for you to listen to. Swamiji is a mother and a grandmother. She had her own business before she gave it up to focus on spiritual development. She has done teacher training in 5 different styles of yoga, beginning this in 1976. She also led Deepak Chopra's yoga program for several years. She is the founding president of Yoga Alliance. And there's one thing that really drew me to Swamiji. She is a woman who has given her life to God. The great sages are called God-intoxicated beings, and she studied with one of them, who is pictured here, Swami Muktananda, who was Swamiji's teacher, and Swami Muktananda's teacher is Swami Nityananda, who is also a lover of God. So Swamiji brings us this tradition in its full integrity today. Her life's work is to lead seekers to the wider and deeper possibilities of human life. She pioneered the Swarupa sciences based in the ancient teachings of Kashmir Shaivism. Swarupa refers to a Sanskrit word which means the bliss of your own being. Vidya is a Sanskrit word that means knowledge, clarity, or higher learning. We will share in some of the practice that come from these ancient teachings tonight. One of them is Satsang, which is listening to a discourse on truth. Another practice she brings to us is the repetition of the mantra, Om Namah Shivaya. So it is with great reverence that I now turn the program over to Swami Nirmalananda.
Thank you, Gayatri. Om Svarupa Swaswabhava Namo Namaha. That is a Sanskrit phrase that means Om. I bow to my own self. I bow to my Baba's own self. I bow to his Baba's own self. I bow to your own self in the same way that I bow to my own self and to my Baba's own self. Again and again I bow. Om Svarupa Swaswabhava Namo Namaha. We're going to do some chanting in Sanskrit. You're going to have to learn 3 Sanskrit words. And then after the chant, I'm going to give you some of the classic teachings, and then we'll do meditation. There'll be a little getting up and stretch break because you'll have been sitting for a while. And I'll use that as an opportunity to put a little dot of sacred ash on your forehead if you so choose, which will help you with your meditation. And then I'll take you through a meditation. All of this together is called Satsang, as Gayatri was describing. It's a very traditional practice that dates back thousands of years in India, all the way back to Vedic times, when the ancient sages were sitting out in nature and conducting the ancient fire ritual and chanting these holy mantras and pouring in offerings. The offerings are offerings of seeds and grains and cow dung, another sacred substance. Cow dung actually has many medicinal properties, and it is used as a basis for many Ayurvedic medicines. So it is considered a sacred substance. And melted butter, which makes the flames leap up really high. And they were doing that, of course, thousands and thousands of years ago. And over time, that's evolved from the fire in the fire pit to the fire of knowledge, vidya, the flame within, to stoke that flame and to keep it burning bright, to discover the source of it inside. So that's what all of this is about. We're going to start with a chant. Sakalananda, can you help me with the harmonium? This is Sakalananda. She's here to help me with the harmonium and other things. And where did you put my tablet? Oh, very good. Thank you. I will need that later. All right, Sanskrit lesson. Some of you have learned some Sanskrit from me before. First, I'll tell you the meaning. The chant that we're going to chant means my true form is the bliss of consciousness. That's probably not the way you think about yourself usually. My true form, Rupa, R-U-P-A, this has an H on the end, R-U-P-A-H, is the bliss of consciousness. Bliss is Ananda, consciousness is Chit. When you put it all together, it becomes two words, Chidananda. Say it. Chidananda, again. Chidananda, one more. Chidananda, and then Rupa. Rupa, Rupa, Rupa. Altogether, it's Chidananda Rupa. Oh, you're good. Chidananda Rupa. See how easy that is? I'll play the music. And then the next line is Shivoham. Shivoham, S-H-I-V-O-H-A-M. Shivoham means I am Shiva. I am that divine reality that is being everyone and everything. That divine reality is being me. Shivoham. Shivoham. Again, Shivoham. One more. Shivoham. Great. One of the verses has two Shivohams and one has three. You'll figure it out. I sing out a line, and you sing it back the same way. And there's several people here who already know the chant, so they're going to be able to help support you with it. I go first. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. It's your turn, but I'll sing with you. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. My turn, we repeat. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham.
Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Chidananda Rupa 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 Shivoham 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 Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Shivoham 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 Shivoham.
Allow the chant to have an effect on you. That's why we do it. The chant gives you the experience it names. Your true form is the bliss of consciousness. Ah, if only it were that easy, right? Thank you, Sakura. Oh, I'm supposed to record this. I'll begin with the traditional Sanskrit mantras that are chanted by swamis in my order of monks. They're called Swami Mantras. Some people here know them, and if they're unfamiliar, you can just listen. They're very beautiful. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Muktanandaya Gurave Shisha Samsara Harane Bhakta Kayaika Dehaya Namaste Chitsaratmane Etabe Jagatameva Samsararnavasetave Prabhave Sarvavidyanam Shambhave Gurave Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Svarupa Swaswabhava Namo Namaha Om. I bow to my own self. I bow to my Baba's own self. I bow to his Baba's own self. I bow to your own self. Shiva, the one reality, being all, is being you. Again and again I bow. Om Svarupa Swaswabhava Namo Namah. The title of my discourse is one of my favorite sutras, but it doesn't come from Sanskrit. It comes from Mother Teresa de Jesus, Teresa of Avila. Solo Dios basta. Only God suffices. Only God can fill you. Only God is enough. My alternative title, which I think doesn't really describe what I want to talk about, but it catches your mind a little bit more, is Love is Not Enough. Love is like a drug. You know this if you've ever fallen in love. Flying high on the bliss, you lose all sense of time. Your ability to consider the needs of others, besides the two of you, and even your sense of whether or not something is good for you, like staying up until the dawn, like the food or substances you consume, like your shared activities, are they good for you? Or even maybe the question should be asked, is this person good for you? I don't know about you guys, but I got to tell you, every Swami has a checkered past. We wouldn't go to this extreme unless we'd tried everything else. So when you fall in love, you simply want more and more of this incredible intoxication, love. But the reason that you want love is for the bliss. You want love so that you'll be in bliss. And you crave bliss because you are made of bliss. Your true form is the bliss of consciousness. Now, how can this be true when you already know that your life is not full of bliss? Even all those people that you love, those relationships are not always full of loving bliss. So while your life may not be full of bliss, the truth is that you are. And when you apply your mind to external things, then your mind is full of external things. But when you turn your mind's attention to look inward, to explore what you're made of, then your mind fills with bliss. That's called meditation. Meditation is different from prayer. As beautiful and as powerful as prayer is, it's a cough drop, excuse me. As beautiful and as powerful as prayer is, it's usually focused on external things. The ancient sage Narada describes this in the Bhakti Sutras, a yoga text explaining the science of divine love. Verse 56 says, Gauni tridha guna bhedad artadid bhedadva. Secondary devotion is of three types, corresponding to the three gunas, according to whether one is distressed, etc. Now I'll translate the translation. What he's saying is there's three types of prayers. That there's the prayer, oh God, please free me from my pain. Help me with this problem. Get me through this difficulty. Another type of prayer is, give me the worldly blessings that would improve my life and make me happy. And then you have a list. And the third type of prayer is, oh God, I adore you. There's nothing that I want or need but the opportunity to love, worship, and adore you. How wonderful that God hears all these prayers and answers them all. But maybe in ways you didn't expect. God is always there, always accessible, always aware of every prayer, every action, every thought, every word, every thought, every inner prompting, every breath, for everyone, all the time. Yet Narada calls this secondary devotion, Gauna Bhakti. And he is talking about it as being the kind of devotion that most people experience. And he's saying it's good, but there's a primary devotion. There's another level accessible to you. And this is where we go from the classical definition of love for God or devotion to yogic devotion, bhakti. What is primary devotion? It is called Parama Prema Rupa. Parama means the supreme. Prema means love. And Rupa, you already know, it means form, the form of love, supreme love. He defines Bhakti Yoga, the science of God's love, in the first two sutras of his text, saying that primary devotion is Parama Prema Rupa. If you think of a cloud is a form of water. And how beautiful it is as it floats through the sky. And if it's that kind of day and you're in the right location, then that form of water from the cloud can rain down on you. And how wonderful if you don't have to protect your hair or your clothes and you can just stand in the rain and experience it. But if I take this metaphor and say that the cloud is love, and that there's the form of love, not merely secondary love, as beautiful as that is, the love we feel for one another, there's an exalted, an expanded, a more elevated dimension, a capacity to love at a whole nother level, like a cloud that fills the sky. So big, so huge. The form of love. The exalted form of love itself. But it's not up there in the sky. Now, I happen to live in a house that's on a hill just a little ways up from a river. It's not a very big river. It's a big creek or a little river. And certain seasons, the fog rolls off the river and the clouds descend from the sky and they meet at my house. And the house is socked in. It's kind of hard to tell whether it's fog or clouds. But if we take the metaphor that this form of the cloud or the fog bank is water, if we take the metaphor that it's love, I would like for you to live in that socked in, saturated, Parama Prema Rupa. Narada goes on in the next sutra, sutra number 3, and he says, Amrita Swarupa Cha. He's saying this Parama Prema Rupa, this form of love itself, which is God's love. Your love for God and God's love for you, they're indistinguishable at that point. And he's saying it is also the form, the essence or form, swarupa, of Amrita, the nectar of immortality. That experiencing this love doesn't make you merely blissful, it makes you immortal. Can that be true? You already are. You just don't know it. Your own essence is that immortal existence that has always existed, has never not existed. In yoga's terms, you're Shiva. You're that one reality from which this entire universe has come and into which one day it will be absorbed again. You are made of that stuff and substance, only the one. And when you look inside, you find your own divinity, which is immortal. And yes, this body is going to go. But your immortal essence is revealed within you. And Narada gives one more promise. Sutra number 4. Knowing this, experiencing this Parama Prema Rupa, this exalted love for God, experiencing God's love for you. A person becomes Siddha Bhavati, Amrita Bhavati, Tripta Bhavati. Bhavati means you have the feeling, the knowing and feeling of perfection. Siddha Bhavati, the knowing and feeling of your own immortal essence. Amrita Bhavati. And you feel supremely filled and divinely content within yourself. Tripta Bhavati. So if you're not there yet, then you don't experience the true power and beauty of God's love yet. That true power and beauty of God's love is beyond your imagining. And to experience this, even a taste of it, which many of you have probably already tasted. What an exalted state. One that is described by most religions. One that is aspired to, a great state, that is aspired to by many Christians, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, and yogis. Yet most religious people aspire to less. My mother said to me a couple of weeks ago, you love God more than anybody I know. It was not a compliment. She was frustrated that I don't get drawn into, what's that book say? The small stuff, and it's all small stuff. And while, of course, I love her, I can't really get excited about everything that she gets excited about. And she didn't want to hear it, but I would have gone on to say, I couldn't find a way to love God that much until I met someone who did. And for that, I thank Muktananda, because he showed me my own capacity. One, to love God, and two, to experience God's love. Most people who are practicing a religion aspire to less. And they want God's blessings. They want to experience God's love. whether in church or out in nature. This is a beautiful way to live, to have a good life, a happy family, meaningful work to do, a way to connect with others who love God. This is good stuff. This is what most churchgoers hope for, probably even most yoga students. When you scratch the surface, what they hope for in their divine relationship, their relationship with God, they want a good life. But to want God is a whole different thing. Yoga says there's more than just the blessings of life. There's the blessings of God. There's not just the blessings of life, the divine blessings, the divine relationship. There's not just divine love, but there's knowing that divine reality that is both outside and inside, which is the final promise that Narada gives in his Bhakti Sutras, verse 33. Asmat saiva grahya mumukshibhi. Seekers of liberation should resort to God's love alone. What is this liberation that this sage, Narada, is promising us? It is the liberation from need, fear, and greed. It is the liberation from the self-doubt and the negativity that your mind conjures up without ceasing. It is the freedom from self-protectiveness. It is the freedom to love. It is the freedom to create. It is the freedom to care and to serve. And to put yourself forth without holding back. And liberation, yoga promises, is the freedom from karma and rebirth, the freedom from reincarnation, the freedom to absorb into, to merge into that divine reality. Not only when you leave this body, but in your life, to know your own divinity. And Narada describes this in verse 41, Tasmin stajane Veda bhavat. There is no difference between God and his devotees. I went through a period of time in studying with Muktananda where it was really gradual that I came to understand what an extraordinary state that he lived in. It's not anything that I had seen modeled before or could understand with my puny little mind. And gradually he expanded both my mind and my heart, and I began to be able to see really a bit of what he was experiencing and what he offered to me. Not only by his example and by his blessing, but also through the practices that he gave. I got lost in that memory. And it took quite a while for my mind to begin to see the divinity in him, not just that he was charismatic, not just that he was friendly, not just that he was funny, not just that he was learned and wise, but that there was something else shining through his eyes, through his heart, through his being. Shows very beautifully in this picture. He was radiant with what the yogis call consciousness, which is the one reality Shiva, who is your own divinity. And when I began to be able to see that divinity in him, I began to be able to sense it in me. And that was the thrust of his teachings all through his life. And that was what he gave, the blessing, the grace, the gift that he gave, is that inner knowing of says Narada. Tripta bhavati, siddha bhavati, amrita bhavati, tripta bhavati, perfect, immortal, supremely fulfilled, and divinely content. There is no difference between God and his devotees. And I began to be able to see that, not only in him, not only in me, but in all of you. Because tonight we're sitting in a church. And it melts my heart that I have the opportunity to offer these classic teachings in a sacred hall that is devoted to the love and worship of that divine reality, by whatever name, by whatever concept your mind places on that divine reality, to be able to serve those who have that divine yearning in some way, or you wouldn't be here. There is no difference between God and his devotees. But you live in this difference, this sense of difference. You don't live in the knowing of your own immortal essence. You don't live in the knowing of your own divine essence. How can this be? Think about it. What are you made of? Every tradition, every religion tells us that God made the world. What substance did he have available to make the world out of when nothing existed but him? Yoga says this world is made of that divine reality. Made in his own image means that your divinity is hidden within you. Yoga focuses on the inner discovery, the unveiling of your divine nature. Instead of looking for God outside, which is a good thing, yogis look for God within. Here's how it works. When you apply your mind to external things, your mind is full of external things. So when you apply your mind to God as though God were located outside of your skin, your mind will be full of God, because your mind is full of now an external thing, God. But as soon as you turn your mind to other external things, it will be full of those other things, not God. Have you experienced this? Yeah. But when you turn your mind to look inward, to explore what you're made of, then that bliss of consciousness arises within you and fills your mind. And it's a totally different sensation. It comes from underneath and behind and fills your mind forward. When you're filling your mind with external things, and even when you look for God outside, it comes from outside, kind of down and inward. But when you find that divinity within you, the bliss arises within and fills you from inside. That's called meditation. Your mind fills with bliss because you're made of bliss. It's just your mind that gets caught up in other things. This is why Mother Teresa said, Solo Dios basta. Only God suffices. Only God can fill you completely. Om Svarupa Swaswabhava Namo Namah. Are you going to explain the ash?
Time where everyone can come up, and Swamiji will put a dot of ash right on your forehead. And this is ash that comes from India, her fire ceremony when she became a Swami. And so it's a sacred ash, and she puts a dot right on your forehead, and it will help you to deepen into your meditation.
Come on up.
So come on up.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Can you turn my microphone off, please? Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you. Om Namah Shivaya. Come on up. Om Namah Shivaya. Come on. Oh, yeah, but you see, I can get two of you. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 I can't get you if you're too far away. Closer. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Glad to see you. Om Namah Shivaya. Come on up. If I was giving out chocolate, would you come closer? Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Those of you in the back, come around the sides. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Come on, those of you in the back, come around the sides. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Can you turn my microphone off, please? Om Namah Shivaya. 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 we're going to meditate. The reason you have the blankets on the back of the chairs is to help you sit upright, because without that, the chair kind of has you leaning back like this. And then what you do is you want to look forward. If your spine stayed straight, you'd be sitting like this. And what you do if you wanted to look forward, then you compress your heart and you push your chin forward. So with the blanket on the back of the chair, you lift the blanket up a little bit and you scoot your endowment right into the corner of the chair. And then that blanket gives you a little lift right behind your heart. Can you feel the difference? And the meditative energy and the bliss of consciousness climbs your spine. There's levels of that energy flow. But it's available even with your very first meditation. Meditation is a process of looking inward instead of using your mind to look outward and make a list of who's here and who's not, or to run an internal commentary about the events and people in your life. The purpose of meditation is to take the energy of your mind and pour it into the inner exploration of yourself, which we call self with a capital S, self. All the stuff of your life, all the things you do, all the people you care about, they're important, they're real. But they construct a superficial sense of self that we write with a small s. And that deeper dimension that is your own being, Amrita Bhavati, your own immortal essence, we call capital S self, which is Shiva. That is God within. You don't have a little cubby hole that if you just open up the right little cupboard door, you're going to find God. No. You are made of God. Everything is. We live in a divine universe, scintillating with presence, outside and inside. The point of meditation is to discover this deeper dimension of yourself, deeper than you usually look. Oh, but how do you get there? You've got to use your mind. I would like to point out that mind is a 4-letter word. So to harness the power of your mind in this inner exploration of your own essence, you need to use some of the tools that the yogis have been using for millennia, that they've proven work. And in this case, the tool is the mantra, Om Namah Shivaya. And I should have given you a mantra card when you came up. Will the Swarupa yoga teachers please come up and get mantra cards from me? Gayatri, you can hand them to the teachers. And you take them around and give them out with the words on top. We'll need a little bit of light, please, so they can see the words on the card. Say the mantra when you give it to them. Now you have to give it to, no, you can't have them pass it down the row. You have to give them to each person one at a time. And you say the mantra as you give it to them. Use your right hand to give it. This is the tradition. Om Namah Shivaya. It has a little description of the meaning. Can we have a little bit more light in the back so people can read the card once they get it? That light may not illuminate the card for you yet, though. More cards. Here, take the whole stack. Give them out with the card, words up. You also, on the back side of the card, get to take me home with you. Om Namah Shivaya. Om is the primordial sound, the energy that became the Big Bang. That energy of which this universe is made, energy becomes matter, including you. That is that divine substance. Namah means I honor or I bow to, and some of you are familiar with the yoga greeting, namaste. You hear the Namah in it. And it means I honor the divine in you. Namah, I honor or I bow to. Here, you're going to honor the divine within yourself. Shivaya. Shiva, the primordial in yoga's, in Sanskrit, in yoga's terminology, the primordial ever-existent beingness, that one reality, called by many names in different traditions, Shiva. But Aya within me, Shiva within me, Shivaya, who is me. I bow to my own self. So you sit comfortably. Ideally, you can place both feet on the floor, side by side, and allow your legs to relax. Some of you have cushions under your feet because the chairs are a little too tall for you. That's fine. And for some of you, what happens when you put your feet side by side is your knees go wide, then you cross your ankles. All of this helps your spine relax upright so that the meditative energy can flow through it. Thank you for the light. We're going to repeat the mantra together for about 5 minutes, the classic 108 repetitions, and I'll guide you through that. We'll start in just a minute. When we finish, I'm going to tell you to continue the mantra inside, and I'll give you a few more pointers about how to do that. You're not meditating on the mantra. You know, you can meditate on a candle flame. You can meditate on a cloud. You can meditate on qualities like love and light. You can meditate on words like peace, but you're not meditating on the words Om Namah Shivaya. You're using those words like a magic flying carpet to fly into the deeper dimensions of your own being. The words activate that capacity to explore within. And so the words name your destination, Shivaya, your own divinity. You're meditating on your own self, and the words carry you there. I know your mind will churn up other stuff along the way. Anytime you notice you're not repeating mantra, just start it up again. Now, how do I know this is going to work? Because he told me. And how did he know it was going to work? Because he told him. This is an ancient tradition that stretches back into the Himalayas for thousands of years. And it works because these guys did it, and they pour their blessings into the mantra. And when you repeat the mantra, you're doing exactly what they did, so that you may know God within yourself. Join with me in the repetition. I'll tell you when the last one's coming. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 One more. Om Namah Shivaya. Now take it inside. Apply your mind to mantra inside. You may want to speed it up or slow it down. Find a pace and flow that works for you. Let your breath be easy. Sit a little more deeply in your seat so your spine can relax upward. Let your breath move in its own easy way and apply your mind to mantra. Anything else that your mind brings up, you can acknowledge that's real. That's part of your life, that's true. And right now is the time to look deeper within. Apply your mind to mantra. You may have to restart it 2 or 200 times. Mantra will give you your own self. Meditate on your own self. continue with mantra inside or get it going again. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Using the mantra to linger within or deepen even more. Apply your mind to mantra as you take a long breath, long, easy emptying. Still repeating mantra inside, another long breath. And then one more, mantra and breathing both. Continue with mantra inside, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, as you slowly open your eyes. And notice if you feel any different in yourself. If you have a deeper sense of self. If there's a different quality of mind or being, mind or heart or being. And when you look for God, where do you find God? Outside? Inside? Both? Om Namah Shivaya. Gayatri, you have a closing for us?
Thank you, Swamiji. And so now we come to a time.
Whoa.
That was an a time in the program that we call Darshan. And it's a time that you can come up and have a private moment with Swami. And you can come up and you can simply ask her a question or say thank you. You can put your hands at your heart. You can bow. And when you're bowing, you are honoring the divinity. You're honoring the divinity in Swami as well as the divinity in yourself. You know, in India and in other countries, honoring is a custom. And it's a custom that they do because it's a reverence. It's a devotion. So you just spent time abiding in yourself. And so it's a way of blessing yourself, your own divinity as well as the divinity. And Swamiji, Muktananda, Nityananda, and everyone else. And so you can come up. We do have flowers here, and if you'd like to, you can just kind of pluck one of the little flowers and give it to Swamiji as a gift. And in return, if you would like another mantra card, you can certainly ask her for one. You simply place out your right hand, and she'll put the mantra card in it. She also has a gift for you called a Rakhi, and it's an orange bracelet. And for women, you'll tie it on your left wrist, and for men, you have it tied on your right wrist. You can take the bracelet for Swamiji in your right hand, and then you can even come out to the gathering space, and someone will help you tie it on. And it's a custom in India of recognizing God. God's a good theme here, okay? The other thing that we have the opportunity for is called Dakshina. And Dakshina is yoga's practice of giving back. When you follow your impulse towards generosity by making a financial contribution to support the teacher and the teachings, you are engaged in an ancient tradition. And so it's given unconditionally. It's given out of gratitude. It's given out of love. And so we have some envelopes in the gathering space. And if you would like to support the ashram and Swami's teachings by giving dakshina, then you can just place some money or an offering in the envelopes, and they will be returned to the ashram. And it's a way of saying thank you and allowing the grace to flow in and through you. Just to let you know that Swamiji is involved in a lot of charitable contributions. She has a project in the United States and in India. In Downingtown, the ashram offers stress relief in services and training for school teachers so that they can center in self-care and be better for their students. And in India, we have partnered with Fire Mountain Ashram in Ganeshpuri to offer yoga in the village. And this is bringing yoga to school children in the impoverished areas. Swamiji says it is such a privilege to give yoga back to the land of its origin, especially in the local schools in Ganeshpuri and the whole Tansa River Valley.
We have 2,500 school kids a week.
It's amazing. So once again, I want to thank everyone for coming. And in the gathering space where you did register, I mentioned to many of you that there's a lot of offerings out there, the Ashram Calendar, for if you want to have any programs there. We are also offering a course here in July. One of our master teachers, Vijayadevi Stillman's going to come down and do a Shavasana course in July. And then we also have some meditation offerings that we're having. There's going to be another meditation satsang, actually, at Tirtha Studio in Bon Air on May 31st, honoring our lineage. And so there will be a talk that we'll be able to listen to from Swamiji from a distance, just like we have live streaming here. And then we'll do a meditation together. So thank you, and do please come forward now and accept Darshan with Swamiji.
I do want to start by giving Richard a gift. This is the Rudraksha beads that I use to count the mantras for our meditation. Thank you for showering your love on everybody here.
Thank you.
Some of the Swarupa teachers, you have mantra cards left because I don't have any left. And if anybody wants to ask for another one, you can. I'm going to sit down here. Oh, good. Thank you. Put it above me. And Sakalananda will demonstrate. You don't have to bow. You can stand. It's just a little hard for me to reach you. This is the traditional Shishya-disciple relationship. But I'm happy to meet you wherever you're at. And then you place your right hand in your left hand. Om Namah Shivaya. And I give you the string bracelet. And you take it to somebody. And while they're tying it on your wrist, they say, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Ladies, on your left wrist. I was in India recently, so I have a few of these myself. And gents on your right wrist. And then you wear it till it falls off. Might be tomorrow. Might be a year from now. Some karma's finished when it falls off. And if you find it, because sometimes it falls off and you don't find it, but if you find it, then you take it to a body of water, a river, a lake, and you drop it in the water. And what do you say when you drop it in? So if you like one of these string bracelets, it's a Rakhi. It's called a Rakhi, R-A-K-H-I. Another one of those ancient traditions that we have available in America. Come on up. Om Namah Shivaya.